If you struggle with approaching a group of older women, you're not alone. Even as a woman, I totally get how intimidating it could be, and that's what I'm here for today. My name is Melissa Santos from BeyondAges.com, and I'm about to give you some simple advice to help you break down those mental barriers and ensure that you have a great interaction with the women you're approaching. Listen, I won't be giving you a list of unrealistic promises or some magical line that's guaranteed to work on any woman, because unfortunately, there's no such thing. Instead, it's proper advice that's mostly focused on you and how you think about the approach. The thing is, most women actually enjoy being approached by men. So long as you're respectful about it and we aren't busy, at the very least, we'll often take it as a confidence boost, if nothing else. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. We absolutely love making videos for you, and we can keep doing it if we see that you appreciate our content. You can also check out our site at BeyondAges.com for more proven, useful advice for dating older women. Now, let's take a look at some of the simple tips to make approaching a group of older women easier to handle. Pause to evaluate before approaching a group of women. See, a lot of advice around this topic says to immediately approach the second you see someone you're into. This makes sense because it gives you less time to talk yourself out of it, but it's not an actual perfect plan. If you're new to this, the best thing for your confidence levels is to improve your success rate. By charging over immediately, you might be missing a few elements that tell you she isn't available. For example, maybe she's married. Maybe she's with her boyfriend, but he headed back from the bathroom. Take a moment, evaluate the situation, then think about heading over to her. Establish eye contact and some amount of interest. This is the next step to improving your chances before you take the leap and head over. You have to pay attention to her and see what happens when you actually catch her gaze. For example, does she do a double take or give you a cute smile and look away? Does she maybe hold your gaze for a moment, or does she just keep scanning around the room? A single second of eye contact can communicate so much from a distance. It can often tell you if she's open to being approached before you even stand up. Just be natural about it. Nobody responds well to being awkwardly stared at. All you need to do is pay a little more attention to her. With more regular glances in her direction, at some point you'll catch her gaze. No more delays. It's time to head over. If she seemed open and interested, it's time to approach your group straight away. It's true that the longer you wait, the more time you have to talk yourself out of it, so just go now. If you sit there waiting for a perfect moment, you'll be waiting all night because there is no such thing as a perfect moment. Instead, stand up, walk over, and introduce yourself to her immediately. Initially, though, you have to pay attention to the entire group. Every group is different, but one thing that they all have in common is this. If her friends don't like you, it's over. If you walk over to her, introduce yourself to her, and shut them out, don't expect things to go much further than that. Address her when you first get to the table, but be quick to bring the entire group into the conversation. Something like, "Hey, I'm Paul. You got my attention, and I wanted to come say hi. It looks like y'all are having a great time. Are we celebrating anything in particular?" See, this type of approach is all you need. It's simple, to the point, makes it clear who you're interested in, but it also keeps your friends from feeling ignored. Pay attention to the eye contact and body language happening in the group. Those brief glances across the table will tell you far more than any words ever will. Once the group conversation starts to fade, focus on one person. At a certain point, the group conversation will start to die down. Rather than keeping it going, let it fade, and then direct the question towards a woman you came to actually talk to. By doing this, you're achieving two important things. You're establishing rapport and comfort between the two of you, which obviously goes a long way. You're also making sure you don't come across as though you randomly approached a whole group hoping one of them would be interested. You arrived with a purpose and you know what or who you want. It's okay to be open about your intentions. She already knows what they are. It's very normal to feel as though you need to be subtle or even protect yourself by suggesting you just want to chat. The thing is, especially with older women, she already knows the truth. If she gives some kind of comment like, "Do you always just walk up to strangers and hit on them?" Don't shy away. A quick, confident, "Only the smart, funny ones" is much better than pretending you're celibate. If you hide your attraction to her, you're only hurting yourself. See, think about it from her perspective. How often do you think a guy walks up to her in a bar to genuinely talk about the weather? The reason you walked over is clear and you're not doing anything wrong. Own it. It'll help you a lot. We go over how to tell if she's interested in you in the video above as well. Once you're able to spot the signs, it can really boost your confidence and your results. Once you've established rapport, get some one-on-one time together. Once you've taken some time to get comfortable together, suggest maybe that the two of you do something briefly that's away from her group. Maybe take her hand, lead her to go get another drink, head to the dance floor together. It really doesn't matter what it is, so long as she knows it's temporary. And let's talk about why that is. Don't expect her to ditch her friends for you. When you're approaching an older woman in a group, don't expect her to act like she's 18. She won't just smoke bomb and leave her group behind because some guy asked her to. While this might have been okay as a teenager, that's not how things generally work with older women. If the two of you are into it, heading home together can be on the cards, but expect it to be later into the night. Of course, if she wants to leave, then that's her choice. Suggesting you both leave the bar not long after she's arrived with her group, though, this might lose you some points. If you want to learn a step-by-step guide for approaching women and establishing rapport, you should check out our complete video guide to dating older women by clicking the link above. It's worked for hundreds of guys we've worked with, and it will work for you too. A rejection doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you. Last but not least, let's talk about rejection. No matter who you are or how good you get at this, one thing will never change. Not every woman you approach will be into it, and that's absolutely okay. Everyone is different, and we all lead complex lives. Sometimes we just aren't open to dating or hookups, and it might have nothing to do with you at all. Other times we just aren't into you. You might not be our type. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Everyone has their personal preferences, and that's all there is to it. Since rejection is part of dating, remember this if and when it happens to you, because you can't take it personal. It's not a personal attack on you. There's an excellent chance it has nothing to do with you as a person. Instead, be proud of yourself for doing what a lot of men can't. Even approaching and being rejected puts you way ahead of the average guy who won't put himself out there at all. If you enjoyed our video, please give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe. You can also check out our site at beyondages.com for more advice on dating and relationships. Bye for now, guys.